All right, the new set came out, which I didn't know was going to happen right when it did, so that's pretty cool. So we're playing Satoru Umezawa. Umezawa's Jite, that guy. So he lets anything have ninjutsu. So we're playing a bunch of one mana flyers, even Ornithopter, and we're trying to swing with them with him in play, and then cheat out one of these massive creatures like Ulamog or Meteor Golem or even Xanathar. I also crafted, where are you? Jin-Gitaxias. Hopefully it does something pretty spicy. I really want this card to enter play. I also want to play this on my commander at some point. But other than that, we're playing a little bit of a counterspell package. There's a new removal spell that seems quite strong. Soul Transfer. We'll see how it fares. I don't have a lot of enchantments, but I mean, at the end of the day, it still is kind of just really good, right? Like, it's next to Murderous Rider and Hero's Downfall, stuff like that. It is a sorcery, though. What else? So we have some value creatures like Chupacabra, Hostage Taker, Gonti, things that you can pick back up and recast for their battle cry. We have an insane card like Thief of Sanity. I also crafted Rogue class for this deck. Hopefully that does something pretty spicy this game. Kind of excited. We'll see. Running some tutors. I'm thinking of dropping some of the mana rocks for maybe more early counter spells or more value creatures or something. I don't know how interested we are in trying to get these in play and ramp ahead a couple mana, but we'll certainly see. Shark Typhoon is in here because it's kind of just another flash flying creature that you can't really counterspell. So we just flash a 1/1 in on turn 3, or well, we'll probably be playing him turn 3, flash this in at some point, and then swing with the token, pick it up, cheat out Ulamog. Yeah, let's see how we do. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I stream over on Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern if you don't do that. Now you do, right? Please? I'm lonely. Alright, let's do this. I'm excited. I am excited. Also, Volkmar with the tier 1 resub. Thank you, thank you. The loading screens look pretty cool. The background when you're looking at your deck is nice as well. Oh boy. Green, white, maybe angels. This person has bought the Kamigawa season pass because they're using the background of the profile picture, avatar, whatever. But they're not playing a new commander. This hand has Ulamog in it. This hand has Ulamog, so yeah. The problem is they have an angel as their like commander, so it could be hard pressed to actually like trigger ninjutsu. Maybe. Well, actually, that's not true. We can swing with more than one creature. Obviously, the unblocked one is all you need, right? We don't get any trigger off of this for ninjutsuing it, but it's still a 10/10. That's a pain to deal with, right? All right, so we're gonna run out probably some more. Yeah, we'll just run you out, I guess. Doesn't matter too much. Play you, swing. Next turn we play our commander, and then next turn for our opponent they play. No. Wait a minute. Do you even? Okay, they did. I was about to say, do you even take Ulamog? Does that even make sense? All right, they took Ulamog, so we swing. Now I'm not interested in like playing anything until I draw another big creature, so I'll just start drawing cards. And if we ever get to 12 mana, we're in a good spot, right? Though Shalai means I'm not really ever attacking, and it's kind of hard to defend myself at this point. Not impossible, though. Alright, so we'll play you. And this is Flash, so I'll play out you and pass. Yeah, this is not good. This is, we didn't do what we want it to do. Which is, no bueno. Okay, sure. They do not swing. I'm not going to flash this creature in. I think maybe I can get them good with it at some point. Oh, we can sort of deal with their commander for a turn. That's cool. Yeah, sure. It's the only thing I can target. I can target Mind Stone, but that seems a little ridiculous. So we'll target this, and our opponent probably puts it back to the command zone, which is quite nice for us. And we can swing again. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, they didn't block, though. That has reach. That 1-2 has reach. Opponent did not see. They didn't realize. Thank goodness. Alright. Alright. All is well. Okay, so we have more tokens to swing with. I don't know how I feel about this card, but we haven't made the demon yet, so I guess I don't really have much of an opinion yet. Scarab God can still swing. I have no answer to the Immortal Sun until I potentially pick up Hostage Taker, right? To, like, steal it. And it's obviously going to run away with the game quite quickly. It's like a Phyrexian Arena, except all your stuff is cheaper. I'm sorry, what? Angels cost 2 less? Okay, they've only played 1 Angel so far. Kind of a weird looking card. If we get to 12 mana, I guess, you know, I mean, we can always do that eventually. It's not impossible. Opponent's kind of tapping a little low with their creatures here. You never know what I might do. I could just play this and surprise do some dirty stuff, but we can't punish them. Nope. Okay, I guess at this point I'll just play my commander. And then I'll just play this to make some tokens. I can attempt to pick up something that's unblocked, right? They just block some good stuff and... No, but see, if I swing and they just block Hostage Taker, it just dies, right? So I don't really get anywhere. Yeah, you can't use your Planeswalkers with the Immortal Sun in play. A little bit of a anti-synergy. Okay. Well, there goes all our, like, thief effects, because they'll just reclaim their own creatures. What does this do? Great number, gun, spells of mana. Okay. Not sure when it is time to pack it in. I feel like it's getting close here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why my opponent's not swinging. Seems kind of weird. We did draw Murderous Rider. We can use it to kill something. But the only thing it can kill is Shalai, and that doesn't really get me anywhere. I think we're just going to scoop. Can't really beat this. We don't have any sweepers. And they had... In their green-white deck, they had a discard spell, so I guess I lose. We were close to doing it the first game ever. That sucks. There's no saying how long Ulamog sits in play. But, you know. What else? It's also nice I can, like, pick up Ulamog for some reason if I chose to do that with Ninjutsu. I don't think I'd ever choose to do that, but... Okay, we have a big creature here. This is a nice thing to Ninjutsu in. We don't have any way to actually Ninjutsu. We're against 5-color dragons, though. And we're on the play. We technically have a creature... Alright. I mean, we can kill an early mana dork as well. Oh no. Opponent. Alright. Hostage Taker. Okay. Do we play our commander next turn? I guess. We don't really have anything spicy to Ninjutsu in. We didn't draw land to Ninjutsu. Yeah, maybe it'll distract our opponent for a turn. I also don't even think... I don't really have anything to actually Ninjutsu into play. Nothing of, like, you know, extreme value or anything like that. Like, it just isn't doing anything. Alright. We can look into that. Maybe more large creatures is what we're in for. Can I get a land off of this? I can. I guess I will try to do that. Okay. Maelstrom Pulse is nice, but I kind of need lands. We'll do blue or black. We have more black in hand. Yeah, we'll do black. So far we don't need double blue, I guess. We also have to, you know, have Satoru be unblocked when I go to do the thing. Looks like it will be unblocked. But again, I don't have a creature. I can tutor for one with Mastermind's Acquisition. Suppose I will. Oh yeah, I forgot to say I shaved. That's why I look like a baby. I look like I lost 12 years, dude. Yeah, let's go. We have some hype here. Alright, so we'll tutor for... Ulamog is a weird one. It is indestructible. I would like to get this, just to, like, actually do it for once. What do you do? Enters the battlefield, 5 dragons, and they go to your hand. Okay, so they're probably going to cast this next turn, which means they have a blocker, which means I can't pull off what I'm trying to do. Jin-Gitaxias also does not counter... yeah, I think we're going to get this. Jin-Gitaxias does not deal with dragons. He does not counter dragons. Oh yeah, I'm going to try probably half the legendaries in the set, if not all of them at some point. I just have to get around to owning them. This is the guy I actually pulled. I immediately pulled him out of the pack I got, so I'm like, oh sweet. And I had some wild cards, and I made a couple other legendaries. But yeah, if it's a legendary and it's in this game, at some point I'll probably play it. Unless it's one of like the Dominaria ones that are like uncommon and aren't really great for anything. Or colorless, because there still is no colorless commander yet. Glorybringer is a problem, right? Did they get Glorybringer? They did, okay. I was about to say, that's weird if they didn't get that. I feel like that's like one of the stronger ones. Does this do anything after that? No, it doesn't. It's a very strange commander. Can't say I've played against it before. We need a land to Ninjutsu. And again, we're in a spot where Ninjutsuing anything doesn't do much. Maybe we should have gotten Ulamog. I don't know. Just didn't feel right. Okay, my opponent gets rid of Assassin's Trophy. I assume they'll block. Kind of weird if they didn't. We did not draw land. This doesn't do anything. You're going to die to Glorybringer. I could just run this out. I could just play it, right? Yeah. Poke him for 2. Technically, we can kill a lot of dragons, and they can only really cast one at a time for the most part. Oh, well, that's annoying. Wait, this is the beginning of your upkeep. Okay, so yeah, they changed this card, I believe. So it changed. It's not, like, instantly a thing. Okay. Glorybringer is not going to untap, and I probably should take care of this whelp so it doesn't run out of control. Of course, now I draw land. No, I have to kill this. I can steal it. No, this doesn't have many targets. This also exiles their graveyard. So we swing. And I pass the turn, right? Yep. Probably Siphon Insight this turn. If they put a card in their graveyard, they get to Uro before I exile their graveyard. Okay. Let's not lose to that. Yeah, they're gonna get Uro, actually. There's not really anything I can do about it. Crux of Fate? That's great. That's great, I love it. Crux of Fate. Non-dragons, dude. I can steal Uro, which is really funny. I can play my commander again, and our opponent does have an answer. It's sitting in play. Yeah, we're gonna kill this Glorybringer before it, like, solos us. But we're not in a terrible spot now because we can, again, we can actually just steal Uro. Yeah, our opponent probably sees that. Well, they don't see the hostage taker, but that was a very strange game. Our opponent did what they wanted, played a bunch of giant dragons, and we just sort of played blue-black removal controlled nonsense, and they just died. Like, we didn't ninjutsu anything. We have not ninjutsu'd yet. I was scared this was going to happen, but I'm not too surprised. Also, let me re-roll one of these quests. 750? Oh, rip. Oh, no, we got one we're actually not going to complete. Rip. Alright. Moving on. I might want one or two more large creatures. Opponent is playing Jin-Gitaxias, which counters cards I play. Alright, so we're going to keep this. The origami card back. A little raccoon. Yep. And yep. I guess I could have played this turn 1 as well. Okay, we'll play you. At this point, I'm just going to start looking for cards. Seems more important than anything else. Looking for a big old minion here. Big old creature. You're not a big old creature. You can go away. That's a big old creature. Whoop. Looks like we might actually do the thing this time. We need a land, though. Guess I'll put a stop here. Scry twice. They are mono blue, so might be hard pressed to deal with this. Okay, they find a... Is it 3 or more? No, it's exactly 3. Okay, so a mana rock? You have Trinket Mage, Trophy Mage, and I don't know the other one. That is a land. We are in business. Alright, so we play this on black. We can swing with both, right? There's nothing crazy going on here. Yeah. Ninjutsu this Ornithopter. Put Nezahal into play. Wait, how do I do this? Okay, so... Whoop. Alright, yes. Yes. Yeah. Put Meteor Golem in hand. Oh my god, we're doing the thing. Nezahal is insane, too. Nezahal is actually really good. It's hard for them to deal with it, and every time they cast a spell, I'm just drawing cards. Oh, yes, give me those cards. Yes, yes. Oh, this is great. Yep, I draw a card. Yeah. There's no way they can do anything, right? Like, even if they cast this, the fact that... I mean, any flyer actually does it. It doesn't even have to be Ornithopter. Ornithopter is probably the best one, because I don't have to, like, spend mana, and I can instantly recast it on 4 or whatever, and have another attacker for something like this, and then I just start blowing up their stuff. Yeah, that was great. Nice. Alright, we did the thing. We did the thing. I wish it was Jin-Gitaxias, though, just to, like, sauce our opponent with their own commander. I kind of want another large creature, though, because it's pretty good to do that. There's not too many, because I browsed through the options, and I wasn't impressed with our options. Now, I mean, I was looking at 6 and up. Maybe I can look at 5s, but ninjutsuing 5s doesn't seem like it's worth it. Like, what's the point? You just play it. You're not really cheating it out, right? Is Hullbreaker good enough to be cheated into play? Maybe? I don't know how many spells we're casting after it. Might be, though. Might be. Gearhulk's another strange one. Like, it might get something cast out of my graveyard, but I'd have to have cast something beforehand. Also, I think I want more discard spells before I want more large creatures, actually. I think so. We're running Thought Eraser, and then I, like, didn't put in the rest of the stuff I could run in discard spells. Maybe we have too many 1-mana cards. I'll drop you. Because we don't need that many, right? We really don't. Yeah, let's drop a couple for some discard spells. Kind of forgot about that, actually. Makes sense. Feels good to do that. Oh, what did I do? That's what I did. Okay. So we want Thoughtseize, maybe Duress. Yeah. Still don't like Inquisition. I still like the answers to commanders. The other Jin-Gitaxias. Do I even own it? I don't think I own it. Whoops. I don't think I own it. No, I don't. I can't craft it either. I also don't have a pack. I literally cannot get a pack to get it. So I completely... It is 100% inaccessible currently. Wizard's class could just be a cantrip or a counter spell, because currently it's just like a divination, and the rest of this card is not strong. I was just running it because I like the new Soul Transfer, and it's an enchantment that stays in play for it. But I might be off of it currently. Also, the mana rocks might just be better off as actual lands. Ideally, turn 1 flying creature, turn 2 mana rock, turn 3 like Satoru, turn 4 big creature. See, but you skip a mana when you do that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on them. I might actually drop the 4 mana rocks here. Looks very strange, but I think there's something to be said about realizing that maybe your deck can get away with that, and you're not like interested in doing that. Can run maybe more counter spells instead or something. Essence Scatter seems decent. Dealing with creatures that are blocking seem like a good idea. Lazotep plating? Nah, I think counter spells is better. Divide by Zero. I've been impressed with that card. It got banned, which is hilarious. It's the last card you'd expect, but... Frost Breath, even? I don't know. I think there's something like this that actually draws a card. Just tapping your opponent's creatures and getting them out of the way is pretty nice. Sea-Dasher Octopus. This does have flash, actually, so I can flash it in and then ninjutsu. It's not terrible. There's not too many flash creatures. I think we're going to try it. Disdainful Stroke? Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. I do like the 2-mana counter spells. I've grazed over it a couple times. Keep saying no to myself, but I suppose I'm looking for cards to put in, so why not? Maybe even Disruption. It's another land, if anything. It's also, like, sort of... We might be tempo-y enough to, like, pull it off, right? We'll try Disdainful Stroke. And... maybe one more large creature. Thick boy. We'll put in Hullbreaker, whatever. Cheating it into play seems nice. So we're doing that. We have 3 cards that have the learn mechanic in it. I kind of wish if the game realized you were a historic Brawl, it doesn't like let you know... Well, what did I just do? Let you know about the learn thing. Like, oh, you have no lessons in your sideboard. Would you like to... It's like, well, I can't. It's historic Brawl. You can't have a sideboard. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Oh, you know what we can do? Is that black landfall creature, the 2-mana 3/1 that comes out of your graveyard when you play a land. It's just a recurring nuisance, which could be a ninjutsu threat that just, like, hangs out forever. That seems pretty nice. And I can play the 5-mana tutor to put it in the graveyard from anywhere. Yeah, I'll think about that. Because the Rite of Belzenlock is certainly not high up there for me. We don't have a creature or a creature. Small or large? We have a medium one. Let's not do that. Alright, we have small and large. 2 lands, negate. What are we up against? Catilda, which is like the mana dork human thing? Sure. The Black Elder Dinosaur? Yeah, I mean, okay, maybe. Maybe. Alright, so our opponent has successfully prevented us from playing a turn 2 counterspell or removal spell, so I guess I'm not going to leave up negate. Here's Catilda. Alright, so we're going to play our commander, and then hopefully we just sauce him with Gearhulk. Wait, this doesn't have reach, does it? No. Alright, so maybe we sauce him with Gearhulk and we kill... Probably doesn't really matter what. We can also pick up Gearhulk. It does have Menace, so it's hard to block, and obviously picking this up and recasting it, or re-ninjutsuing is quite nice. Okay, that's pretty good. Make sure it doesn't have reach. I have to perpetually make sure things don't have reach. No, I didn't play land first. I didn't play land first, dude. I don't know why my opponent's crying, dude. Why are you crying? I didn't play land. I'm sorry, dude. I messed up bad. Alright, moving on. My opponent is instantly upset. I don't understand. This card came out today. What's the problem? Oh, I can't flash in anything. Gotcha. Fortunately, this is useless. That's also useless. So this is pretty nice. Opponent's playing some useless poop that we can just keep killing with the ninjutsu. Alright, so let's do it the right way this time. No, they have to go to no blocks. Ninjutsu, you kill, I guess, the ranger captain. Oh, someone's salty, dude. Salty. Game just started. I didn't even have anything that strong. Did they even see the card? Did they see the ninjutsu? They might have. Like, that wasn't even that bad. Like, I even wasted a turn accidentally doing it. How does someone like that consistently play the game if they get upset instantly? Like, you need to do something else with your time. It's just not, like, it's just not a good thing for you. It should, like, just, I don't know, find a single-player game or something where you can't get mad at people. Or just be 12 years old. I guess if you're 12, then you're gonna do it to yourself no matter what, right? Okay, we have 1 mana and a big mana. Some interaction. Can't handle the sauce, yeah. That was weird. My opponent got mad the moment I went to combat. Like, oh my god. At least they weren't playing Scythus, because if they were playing Scythus, then you have no business being mad. Alright, so what is this? 3 mana, 3/3, reach. Oh, of course. Oh, it's got reach. Ah, well, might as well scoop. Modified creatures have trample whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player. Search your library for a basic and put it in. Okay. Kind of weird. It's like Chulane, Explore, Azusa nonsense or something. Kind of cool, I guess. Another thing about not reading the cards is I am prone to more surprises, which is the magic in Magic for me in a bit, right? Like, I don't know all the cards immediately before the set comes out. I legit didn't even know the whole set was released. I didn't even know that. They had Fear in their dojo, yeah. That's stupid. Alright, maybe our opponent doesn't want to play. Maybe they hit Q and then the pizza guy showed up. No. Who's texting me? My dad's sending me TikTok videos, and I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't even know he used... Oh. Yeah, well, can't go to that. Yeah, we're keeping this, yeah. Are they back? What happened? No? Well, guess they're not here. That's unfortunate. Do I play a turn 1 creature, or does it matter? I probably just lead with the Castle Locthwain. Oh, nope. They're back after 20 minutes. I don't think... They might have skipped their mulligan, though, or their option 2 mulligan. Seems like it doesn't matter. Seems like it really didn't matter. Yeah, we're gonna Thought Eraser. all of these are kind of weird. I guess I'll just disrupt the early nonsense. I'd like a land. Kind of weird. I mean, we have Disdainful Stroke for one of these other cards. I don't think I care about their commander as long as it's not doing its thing. Equipment, auras, and counters. Why did that... Oh, because they got a counter instantly. Oh, great. Did they hit a land too? Man. Alright, I mean, what do? Do I just bank on them not having a... land? That seems reckless. I think I... No, I don't know. I was going to say I think I have to, but... I think we just lost instantly, didn't we? I can't even swing. We're done. Can't even swing. Opponent's drawn 40 cards a turn, and I have no board, and countering a 6-drop at this point doesn't really matter. Well, that was crazy. That was actually insane. Wow. There wasn't even a good card to discard. Rip. Oh no. Alright, hopefully they're not a burn deck, and they're just like anything else. We have Shark Typhoon. We're on the draw. I'll keep this. We also have the new Planeswalker. It's cool he phases himself out. He also makes a creature for you. I like him. It's pretty cool. We'll see how he plays. Alright, so we got our 1-mana 1/1 with Disturb. Don't you dare kill this. Why is everyone playing Arcane Signet? Stop. Please. Please. Alright, swing for 1. Enough of this. I can't even counter their commander. Oh, these mana rocks. Why do you harm me so? Okay, I didn't expect that. Is this another game where we just instantly lose? No, we can deal with Chandra. This seems like kind of a fragile strategy here. Feeling pretty like if I'm not doing what I'm trying to do really fast, I just sort of die. Double Vision. That deals... Whenever you cast your first instant, you can copy it. Oh my god. Alright, so we play... What do we do now? Our commander? No, this guy? I think I'm going to pass, leave up Shark Typhoon, and counterspell. I'm just going to counter anything. And cycle Shark Typhoon. I could just not cycle Shark Typhoon, but I'm interested in more cards, so. Ginger Brute, sure. Alright, so we're going to play out things, hoping our opponent just sort of plays... This is haste, actually, so I can plus... I can actually just plus my guy here. Yeah, this seems decent. They can't really answer it. They can replay Chandra now, but then they don't really have anything good to do with it. Looks like they're not doing that. Play a tap land. What time is the Super Bowl? Someone invited me to a Super Bowl thing, but I'm working. I don't know how late the Super Bowl is. Sure. Pretty strong. It basically is free, right? Because they get 4 treasures. Yeah, it was basically free. Oh, if they do something with the mana this turn. Okay. After long deliberation, our opponent has done nothing. So, do we instantly use this? I guess I can try to attack first, draw a card maybe. We're not ninjutsuing. It's going to be extraordinarily difficult to successfully keep my commander in play, if not completely impossible. I almost feel like Divide by Zero is just a better thing to do. No, you know what? I'm just going to play him. If he dies, he dies. We're slowly getting there, right? We have 6 mana in play. We can technically just start doing things sooner rather than later. Opponent also has no reason to cast a burn spell right now. You could just wait till you untap with your own lands. Okay, that's not actually true because this only happens once a turn. Okay, to the surprise of no one, that died. Was this an X spell or something? Double Skewer. Okay. Not sure how we're getting out of this one. Just cheating out big stuff eventually, I guess. Okay, well, we have Nezahal mana. I think I'm going to play it before I swing, because if they go to burn my Ginger Brood, I draw a card. Although they can just kill it in response anyways. It's not really that different, but... just swing. I mean, playing it first, maybe they kill that instead, and I get to poke the Chandra. It's not much... I mean, I could save it, right? I exile 3 cards, and the 3 cards in my hand are not particularly strong. Technically 3 more lands in this is pretty good, but we have to, like, get there. Not impossible. It's not really the goal of the deck, but, I mean, it's something you can do, right? Opponent's not necessarily applying pressure. We did the Banefire. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We are 1 off from being dead to Banefire. I think. 13. Yeah, it would be 24. It would be 24. Okay, so they Electro Dominance it. And then they copy that and target the Ginger Brute, right? They target me. Alright, I'll let this one resolve first, because there's nothing I can do about it. And if they cast a spell off of it that triggers this, we get another card before I go to do the thing. Yep, let this resolve as well. They get 2 lands. Alright, so now we can discard some poop. You, and I guess you. These 2 creatures might be pretty good at some point, so I like doing this a lot. And when does it come back? On my turn or my opponent's end step? End step, so I can swing with it. They only have 1 card in hand, too. It could be quite difficult for them to keep Chandra alive. They hit 2 lands off of their light up the stage. Surprised the second one went face. I feel like it makes sense to just not do that, but okay. We'll take it. So we killed Chandra. They can recast it, but I don't think we really care about that. We'll just recast our commander. He's not relevant anymore, so maybe it just distracts our opponent, and we just start drawing cards as they kill our stuff, right? They should be scared of this, because, I mean, for all they know, all Satoru was doing was actually cheating this in play, so... it's just simply hedging he's just a 2/4, right? Whenever you cast a non-creature, X, Dragon, Law, okay. They just get a 4/4? I draw a card. With haste, where X is... okay, so it's... oh, mana spent on it. Oh, okay, so it's an 8/8. And I have no answer to it. Alright. Nezahal has what? Island Walk? He does not have anything. Okay. They exile Cull the Weak. Okay, so we can gain 4 by killing this, which I probably have to do. Also lets me block. Or, lets me attack, rather. So we kill you, take action. We're gonna kill Chandra. Whoops, whoa, what are we doing? Let's not do that. Kill you, swing, swing. They can still just Banefire us out of nowhere. That is certainly possible. They still have the mana to recast Chandra. Oh no, am I dead? Okay. play Banefire, kill me. There's a couple X spells. I don't usually see this card. I don't think I've ever seen Double Vision. That's pretty dope. Nice. Alright. We beat a sketchy matchup. Nezahal drew a lot of cards, protected himself once, and it mattered. That's pretty cool. Against a red deck, too. You really wouldn't expect that. You would not expect that. Alright, let's sauce ourselves with some of these packs from the Mastery Tree. Biting Palm Ninja. Oh, right, that weird hits you once and Thoughtseizes you thing. Sure. Don't think we're going to run that one. And another Soul Transfer. Cool. Well, unless I play another format, I don't think I need 2 copies of stuff. Alright. I gotta stop clicking that. Why is it doing this to me? Please. Please. Standard Brawl. The concept of that is extremely foreign to me. Standard. I mean, it was originally standard. And like 2 people played it. I wonder what the meta looks like in Standard Brawl. I feel like it is the most uninteresting thing of all time. There's like so few things you can do, right? Like, they're all one-ofs, so the overlap between... Like, if both players are playing a blue-green deck and have different commanders, they're forced to play at least the same 30, 50 cards because it's standard. You just don't have the way... You don't have... You just can't do anything, right? Like, or we're playing against old stick fingers. Old stick fingers. You play them on 3 to do like the dirty, disgusting thing where you mill everything except the one creature you're running, right? So let's hope we don't. Is it cast or when you? It is when you cast. So you don't even want him to resolve. I actually have no answer to him, right? I don't have a way to stop him. Because you don't care if he resolves. And maybe I don't even need to counter him. I don't have to leave up Essence Scatter, right? There's just no reason to. I could just play this and then maybe top deck a giant creature. I have the 4th land. This seems fine. Or my opponent has a removal spell, so nothing matters. Great. Alright, now we're just hedging on countering their reanimate spells, which is all I was going to do anyways. It was right on the top. Thorn Mammoth right on the top. That's wicked funny. Okay. Alright. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't even really care about Thorn Mammoth, do I? I think we could just play this. Maybe the demon does something. The 1/1s are nice. There's no way you blow this up, is there? There's no way you blow this up. Okay, looks like they're not doing anything. Gotcha. I don't like killing their commander, because it just lets them recast it. But maybe that's just fine. Wash Away is not great. We can potentially exile... We really just don't care about Thornman, because I can just bounce it, right? It kills one of my 0/1s if they go to reanimate it, which they probably will this turn, I don't know. They might even just recast their commander for 1. Ritual of Soot. We kind of not... Yeah, we don't want to lose the tokens because the 6/6 will, like, kill us, right? It'll just deal a bunch of damage to us if we can't keep doing the thing for it. They have 2 reanimate spells. One of them does not... Yeah, let's take that one. Okay, they pick up Thorn Mammoth. Sure. I don't even think they want to do that. Don't they want it in their graveyard? That seems weird. Alright, so their hand is no answer to my commander. So we're going to play it. It doesn't tap, though, so we can trade 6 damage if we lost all the 0/1s. And opponent top decks a removal spell. Alright. Well, knowing my luck, they will now top deck a land to play Thorn Mammoth and kill my boy here. So I guess I'm just playing the boat and passing, leaving up Brazenbower and Essence Scatter. I don't care about Vorniclix at all, so they can play that one. And if they don't have another land, then that's all they can do. Old Stick Fingers for 2. Sure. They mill Ulamog and Massacre Worm. And we pretty much have to prevent them from casting the Reanimate spell, because I don't have a way to stop it. Okay, we swing. And then I play my commander and just bank on getting Ulamog out wicked fast. Pretty much all I can do. Oh, should I? No, I could. Yeah, I should have fired this up. Right, I could have crewed it with my commander. Of course, they draw a land. Great. Alright, well, I mean, we just gotta... we gotta keep trying. I mean, they're dead if they don't do anything next turn, I guess, right? Fire this up and swing. Oh, this doesn't fly? Ooh, doesn't fly, dude. Doesn't fly. Never mind. Yeah, they'd be dead. They would... No, they'd be dead to just this turn cycle. Shieldred. And we win. We did it. Wow. Alright, good game. That's crazy. That felt very not good. Okay. I'm almost surprised they killed my commander with the Thorn Mammoth. I was kind of expecting them to kill the thing killing them. Honestly, just trade with the Thorn Mammoth? This seemed kind of weird. Right? Like, you just kill the 6/6. And then you just leave me in play. Like, you're playing around a creature in my hand. And not what's beating you in play. A little bit of a... misjudgment of... a misassessment of what was gonna close the game out there. But okay, we'll take it. This hand is not great, is it? Honestly, Hateful Eidolon might not be belong in here. It's just another enchantment for the 3-mana soul card. But we did take out a bunch of artifacts, actually, so maybe we're not even trying to do that in any way anymore. Nicol Bolas feels like a good matchup, but not with this hand. I don't know. Maybe Sea-Dasher can do something. I don't see Noxious Gearhulk being good. And I'd rather just... Wait, what? Oh. Sure. Alright, let's just beat him up with Vault Skirge. Do we Sea-Dasher this? We can do it on end step, and I probably should. Just so it doesn't, like, die instantly. I can still mutate a creature that dies and I still get something. Well, wait, now I don't, right? Yeah, no I don't. Okie dokie. I assume that means they have an answer to my commander. And I'm not really in the position to do anything about that, so... Okay, take 3. Uh-huh. Yeah. Alright, maybe the 4th creature will do something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't really have anything in for this to play with, so I guess I'm playing this, shocking myself and passing, leaving up Octopus, which they'll probably discard, so I just have to play it as is. We lose our Scholar, which wasn't really doing anything. Oh, wait. Non-creature, non-land. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. I guess I didn't have to play this first. So now I just sort of played into a sweeper. They have a bunch of mana. Looks like they do want to take this card from me. Kind of interesting. I mean, they don't see... This just has nothing to do, but... You might as well cast Thought Eraser while I have a card in hand. They surveilled on top. That was a good draw, I'd say. That was a good draw. That was a decent draw. I don't see them playing a creature. In fact, they probably just play their Nicol Bolas, right? At least the +2 sucks, so that's pretty cool. They got Hullbreaker. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, well I can kill it, so... Guess I'm doing that. That's a pretty good target. Certainly wanted that for myself. That is not good. This is decent. I can swing first. See what I draw off of Sea-Dasher. We are actually drawing more cards than our opponent. Nezahal is quite nice, but we're a bit far from that. And we pass. We're not going to Frogify. Not going to do that. Gilded Lotus. Okay. Sure. Key to the Archive. Sure. I'm going to put 5 mana in play. Alright, well, we're going to keep up with cards, keep up with them in cards for a while. And Nezahal is difficult for them to deal with, right? They found Electrolyze and immediately got rid of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so how many cards is this exile from hand? 2? Okay, so we play tap land and we play Murderous Rider? Or do I just, like, distract my opponent and let them kill my commander? This seems pretty nice right now. Hey, Time Warp, get wrecked. Okay, we're gonna run you out. So they have no sweeper, they have no cards in hand. Nicol Bolas pretty much has to kill the Sea-Dasher. Or they just windmill +2 me, which I don't think is a good idea. They get Hostage Taker. Oh my god. Come on. There's so many bad cards. There's so many bad cards in my deck. Oh, this is so bad. I can't stop this. Yeah. Can they cast the kill part? They can't. Okay. Good grief. Whatever. Swing at Nicol Bolas for 1. Do I ignore Nicol Bolas? What does he do? What is his ultimate? can't even leave up Wash Away now. Not that it was doing anything. Two cards from their hand? I guess it might as well force them to do this, right? Like, just do this. Oh, look, it's a removal spell. We also don't draw a card with Nezahal. Oh, wow. It's either not a removal spell or they don't care. Okay, this is the thing that makes dogs, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever. Hostage Taker, I guess. There's so many bad cards on that +2, and they hit two absolutely insane cards. Hostage Taker is actually... It's kind of just dead for us, isn't it? Like, we can steal one of their decent mana rocks, but for the most part, it's not really going to do much. I feel like that's a spot where I should be favored. Maybe we need more counter spells, right? Like, our opponent's only playing Nicol Bolas over and over, and we're still losing to it, and it just seems kind of ridiculous. It's not what... I don't feel like that's how we should have been losing. Again, I think that deck would be better if it was playing the 5-mana Nicol Bolas, like in every single way, but... Finally remembered to catch the stream again. How's it going? That's going alright. What up? Playing some of the new Kamigawa stuff here. Kind of exciting. Maybe we don't need this crew vehicle. I thought it had flying. I might have actually just put the wrong one in my deck. I guess there is this one. But again, it doesn't fly. It's a little harder to crew, too, because we have so many one-attack creatures. Where's the flying one? This one. Aha, Sky Skiff. I like that one. Let's try that one. It basically gives your 1-drops haste, sort of, right? Which I like. I don't like Rite of Bells and Lock. So far, at least. We haven't hit anyone with Nashi. Probably going to be hard to do that. Do we need the Frogify effects? They're not terrible. We just haven't really played against anything that would let them be pretty nice, right? Or just good. Also that one, yeah, Hateful Eidolon can go. Argyle's Bloodfast is... I don't know. For now, it's fine. I think we need more counter spells. So far, every... Yeah, alright, we'll run Memory Lapse, and Quench isn't terrible. Tails End, maybe? Oh, there's plenty of legendaries. I like the 2-mana counter spells for certain. Yeah, alright. Let's try that for now. It keeps moving the thing around. Also, the tutorial wisp, whose name eludes me, probably spoke to everybody when the set came out. It's like, oh, you collected all of the something decks. I'm like, what? I did that 3 years ago. Oh, yeah, there's also the promotion codes, right? Which I haven't done in a while. I think I'm missing the past, like, 2 or 3, come to think of it. Huh. Okay, so we're against Rada, which means a Frogify might be pretty decent. We have a 1 mana and a 10 here. So we got the thing. We got the stuff here. Definitely got the stuff. Opponent's on the play with a Grazer. Oh, I would almost rather see a Llanowar Elves. That has reach, which means I'm probably never going to Ninjutsu. I can, like, Frogify it. Alright, well. This isn't good. They can play Rada this turn. Oh no. Is it additional lands? No, it's just playing off the top, right? No. Oh, goody. I guess I will Frogify their commander. That is not what that is. Okay. Sure. So this is an aggressive deck, I guess? Red-green beatdown. Not super common. I don't have anything to do this turn except play Bloodfast, so I guess... Oh, well, whoops, I played the wrong land there. This doesn't even really stop anything. This doesn't really stop this, right? Like, making it a 1/1 is not... Like, who cares? Oh, wow, my opponent didn't get a land off the top. Oh, my goodness. Certainly going to Frogify that. But at this point, I'd probably just have to play my commander, right? Do I just play my commander? It's not like it's doing... all it does is... Yeah, I mean, alright, fine. It blocks the board. They're 3/3s. I can even double block something, and I probably will. No, because everything has first strike when you're attacking, right? No, just that. So I can kill the Spellbreaker, I guess. Well, that's going to be a problem eventually, but we're not really there yet, right? Dude, this Grazer, you've got to be kidding me. They have a burn down the house. I can stop this, but I think I'm going to stop Rada because it's the only way they're like drawing additional cards, basically. And that's going to kill us. Okay, so we could look into cards that give creatures unblockable or evasion. Certainly wishing I had that right now. They surprisingly do not have an attack. That does have evasion, but the Grazer just blocks it still. I guess we're drawing cards off of this. We're getting kind of low, though. Gonna start getting low real quick. Okay. Flash, Ninjutsu. Yeah, Sparky. That's right, Sparky. You can't play Historic Brawl versus Sparky. He forgot its name for a good reason. Yeah. Sparky said hello to me when I fired the game up today. I'm never going to really hit them with this, right? Probably not. They don't stack lands with the Reclaimers, so they don't, like... I don't know. This is just bad. This is bad in every way you slice it. Alright, well, now they have multiplying Scute Swarms. We have no Sweeper, so we're dead. Yep, that sucks. A Boreal Grazer, dude. That's insane. Completely stopped it. Just completely stopped what I was doing. Dead in my tracks. No removal spell for it. Just completely dead. Maybe too many counter spells, more spot removal to kill creatures to get them out of the way. Maybe that's more important. Also, let's look at unblockable cards. You and you instead of some of these goofy flyers, maybe? Which is like the poopist. Poo-pooist. You're the poo-pooist, maybe. Any of them that don't have, like, text, I guess. You don't have text, technically, because I can't get a second copy and play. Alright, boom. There's two. We can also play stuff like this. Give it unblockable. But the problem with that is, like, you only do it once. And then you pick up the creature and you lose the aura. And I don't really like doing that. That's, like, too many cards for... this one thing you're doing sometimes. I'm not down with it. Not down with it. What about you? Exile creature controls. Yeah? Wait a minute. She shuffles herself away after a single attack. And this kind of wants you to, like, you actually want to hit them with this, so it's not really a good ninjutsu target, right? Like, you don't want to pick it up, you want to hit them. And I don't really like 4-mana ninjutsu cards because that's kind of what my commander does, and I'd rather ninjutsu win something bigger, right? Oh, there's just not many options, dude. I guess River Sneak. Yeah, alright, River Sneak instead of one of these weird flash ones. You can drop one of these Frogifies and just kind of not feeling good about them. I guess there is this thing. And like everything can't be blocked. Yeah, alright, drop the other Frogify. And then maybe a little bit more spot removal? Maybe discard spells? Yeesh, this is rough. Maybe we don't want Thief of Sanity. It's another card you want to hit your opponent with. And what are we trying to do? Yeah, we're going to drop this here. And maybe even this. And Siphon Insight. Just all this like weird play your opponent's cards things are not what we're trying to do, right? We could try to do that, but I think we're splitting ourselves into too many different directions. I don't like that, so I'm going to put in more removal. Spellbomb's not bad. In Unsummon, it replaces itself in hand. Just getting stuff out of the way. Sort of like soft removal, right? Sort of. Obviously, they can just replay it. Bloodchief Thirst can deal with an early threat. Though I don't like the super cheap removal. I like the 2-mana ones a lot more. Feed the Swarm? Yeah? Alright. Heartless Act is probably going to kill everything, typically. Same with Power Word Kill. Alright. Sure. Why not? Yeah, I like that. There's also like a rat deck that I want to play, or it seems like there is one, given the cards that I've seen so far. I have not seen every card in the set by a far margin, but like you can play the Rat Piper with the new Rat Saga and like steal your opponent's creatures super fast. That is a super cool loading screen. Look at that. Or not loading screen, looking for opponent screen. Look at that, dude. That's like a wallpaper. That's like a desktop background is what that is. I like that a lot. Wow. That's cool. Okay, Tiamat. Haven't played against this before, and playing against it 2 times in the same video. That's interesting. This hand does not have black mana, but it's so close to being good, I just don't want to get rid of it. Like, we can just do the thing, right? I don't want to get rid of this hand. We'll find black mana. We have, what, 4 looks at it? We're on the draw, so it would like 4 looks at it. Something like that. Alright. Playing the old anime Tybalt card sleeve. No, they have a blocker. Alright, it's not the worst one though. It's not the worst one. We're not upset. We're not upset. It's funny, every time, like, the past 2 games, my opponents played like a 1-mana green ramp spell, and it isn't Llanowar Elves, which is funny because I like wouldn't be upset to see it. Okay, so what does this do? They just spent their goose mana on it. Combination dragon, orbs, like top 7 dragon. Okay, kind of indifferent there. We're probably just happy to duress them, so we're just gonna do that. Both of these are pretty annoying. Cultivate's a little bit stronger currently, so we're gonna take that. I'm gonna sauce them for 1. They can put Shivan Dragons in hand. The Lightning Bolt's kind of annoying, but they have to get to it. I couldn't have duressed that. Opponent chose to play this instead of make a goose token. Interesting. We are in a position where we need to get the goose out of the way or have it tap itself down. There's no reason to swing. I could have swung pre-cast this. Maybe they respect some nonsense, but I don't think I would. Okay. Oh. Wow. They happen to play a dragon. Was that their top deck? Yeah, there's no way to know. Alright, well fortunately we have an answer to it. Otherwise we would just lose on the spot. And we pass. So next turn we can flash this in, have 2 creatures that are unblockable, and sauce them for Ulamog. Oh my god, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the thing. Okay, the play to tap land. That was a draw for the turn. There's no way you're swinging, right? I mean, if you do, I'm not blocking. Okay. Come on. What are we doing? Let's go. The suspense is killing me. Play Vandal. Untap. Come on, opponent. Please. Please. Just let me do my thing. Ugh. They're trying to find my stream. I'm trying to see it. Trying to see if they're going to scoop. Like Beasley. I know that name. Let me go look. Alright, come on. Just let me get to combat and do the thing. Let me ninjutsu Ulamog. Somebody, please, let me do this. Boom, 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 boom. You block the Windrobber so it doesn't mill you if that matters to you. And then I pick up the Vandal. Come on, opponent. Come on. Why are we slowing down now? Just let me do it. I know, opponent got a little bit mana screwed there. Interesting that they played this off the Goose mana. I feel like the Goose mana could have been used on something else. Okay, they blocked the one that doesn't... Interesting, I didn't expect that, but okay, doesn't matter. Boom. Pow. Bam. We did it. We did it. Okay, my opponent was not this slow up until just recently. Okay. Land is nice. Yeah, but it's over. We did the thing. We did it. Technically it didn't come into play, but we did it. Ulamog, turn 4. Or, turn 5, right? No. Yes? Was that turn 5? That might have been turn 5. If that was turn 5, then, that's not too crazy, right? There's a lot of green decks that could just do that. But you could just say we lost. The opponent just lost because they didn't have lands. It didn't really matter what I was doing, but we'll take it. Alright, Kethis. Kethis. We have no graveyard. Yeah, the ninjutsu animation is great. We have unblockable, we have removal, we have a big thing to put into play at some point. Not the best thing to put into play, but it's certainly dope. Let's see what happens. We're on the draw, so black... Umezawa, Fugitive. How thematic. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. No, I messed up. This is a not turn 3 commander because I played this. Yeah, I should have played this and then the 1 mana. 1/1 instead. That was a mistake. We still need a 4th mana regardless. Oh, and I guess no matter what we did, it was going to die. Alright. Sure. So we play you. We can play this. It's kind of the same as just playing anything else, right? Technically, even my commander can just tap to fire this up, so this is decent. In early Kethis, you don't really see that very often, like, ever. You never really see that. What are we doing here? I think we're just running this out. Firing up the old Skiffy. Skiffy boy. Sauce him for 2. Okay. Did they not play a land last turn? I don't think they did. I think that was their land drop just now. The draw for the turn. Kahira is in their deck? What does this do? Oh, okay. I mean, it's a legendary. Alright, let's surveil for a land. I like doing that more than Grim Tutoring for a land. Also, surveilling for a land might do something effective. Oh, okay. Casualties are a problem. Wait a minute, what isn't a problem? These are all problems. Kogla? No, we're going to take Liliana, because we can kill Kogla. We can just kill Kogla. Fire up the old skiff here. Swing for 2. I'm not going to swing with the Umezawa. You're going to Assassin's Trophy this? Oh, right. Cast down. Okay, sure. I was about to say, woo, hoo, hoo, woo. That's not what you want to do. Eye of Vecna. Well, that's unfortunate. They found a way to draw multiple cards a turn. They did not draw a land. They do not swing. We found a land. We can do the thing, but the thing we're doing is not particularly strong when they have Assassin's Trophy. But I guess I can just play Chupacabra and not be too upset about it. Is that what we're doing? We can play this and it just dies. No, we're going to just do this. We can just kill Kethis. Seems fine. On a land. Black. Killing Kethis is weird, but they technically don't have the mana to recast it currently. And they still don't have a strong Assassin's Trophy, right? They don't even bother. Did they not pay 2? Did they not pay 2 to draw a card? I feel like that was a shame concede there, that they just didn't pay 2 to draw a card and look, at the very least. Kind of weird. Okay, well yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose of the card, but okay, sure, we'll take it. Cool. We beat Kethis, that didn't really do much. We also had a divide by 0 if things got sketchy. Alright. Alright. I think we've won more than we've lost. We've won 7 games. How many have we lost? Dare we count? I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. I don't like keeping track, dude. Yeah, it's not a modern trophy, though. I'll tell you that much. It's not a trophy. Alright, Luris. Interesting. We don't have a lot of graveyard hate, but they don't have a lot of large threats, like at all. In fact, this might just be a mono-white deck. Opponent does not want to play this matchup, so we'll never know. But yeah, you can certainly play mono-white or mono-black with Luris, and then just like recast the things that have died early. Luris could probably be in our deck. Oh no, it can't be. It's got white in it. Yeah, we're not Esper, we're just blue black. I don't think it'll let me run it. Alright, we'll take it. Open a pack. Maybe we find a new card. Nope. Kind of a cool one, though. Alright, nope. Feeling good about the unblockable cards so far. That's nice. What is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay, the thing that, yeah, you mill yourself and then you reanimate a ton of things at the same time. Okay. Alrighty. We will lead with Duress. I think it's better than a 1-minute creature, because we should do that next turn anyways. Oh, what? No. Come on. Alright, so we play this. We play, I guess, 2 creatures. If Eye Twitch dies, we're not upset. In fact, we'll probably just block so I can loot away one of these. Opponent snap swings. We are going to snap block. We will loot away River Sneak. That is not a land. Uh-oh. Guess I'm Thoughtseizing. Questing Beast? Don't really have an answer to that one. But I can't take the card they scryed on top. This is... They put that on top? That's weird. That's weird to me. Wall of Blossoms. Okay. They mill 3 lands. Swing for 1. They do not swing for 1. We found the mana. So we can play our commander, but then they priest twice and we lose both creatures, right? Basically. But I don't really have a choice. Like, this is all I can do, and it's not particularly strong. In fact, it's kind of weird that they even give me options here. That's kind of weird. I don't know what that's about. Or just not giving me a choice, rather. Like, for all you know, I could just sacrifice my... Oh boy. But yeah, like I said, they're just going to play another creature now and then do it again, and we just have nothing. Or they just do that and we lose. They don't even have to activate Priest. Priest is just going to keep us off the board the entire game. So if we found 2 lands in swift succession, maybe Hullbreaker could have done something. I don't know. Probably not fast enough, though. Probably just not fast enough. We'd have to be like on the play, not miss a land drop. I think too much would have to go right. Oh, opponent's playing the commander. The Planeswalker. I mix up commander and Planeswalker very often. I apologize for that. Extremely often do I mix those 2 words up. We're on the draw again. Scarab God is quite nice, though. Slither Blade. Oh, no. Oh, no. Alright. Oh, boy. Opponent's going to do what we're doing. Probably a little bit better here. We'll see. Who's got the better ninjutsu nonsense? They're running probably actual ninjutsu cards, given the fact that this card is not their, ninjutsu, whatever. Do we just run out? Do I just sacrifice this to make them discard a card? Is that right? Is that right? I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. I'll respect some nonsensical attack from some like flash creature, because I mean we're running some. It's very likely they have something. So I'll just run this out. It makes it so. Well, they still can minus this. It phases out for a turn, so I can't just instantly kill it. Liliana's Triumph, huh? Okay, I didn't expect that one. They swing, which means the plus on their commander is quite nice, because they... Oh, nope, they're just ninjutsuing. Okay. Sure. What does this one do? It unsummons. Okay. Certainly not very scary. Alright, so we can play our commander, and then maybe swing with it next turn. Cheat out the Scarab God. Not particularly strong, honestly, but it's better than anything else I can do, I think. Yeah, I'm going to block that. I wonder if our opponent realized we could just do that, or they wanted to plus here to just not discard a card. I don't know. Maybe trying to bait me? You're blue-black, though. I don't see any combat trick being an issue, right? Okay, so... Ninjutsu happens no matter what I'm attacking, so I can swing at their... I can't, because it's phased out. I did it again! I didn't play a... Oh, I didn't play a land, dude. I did it again! Oh, boy. Oh, God. Alright, and not the end of the world, though. There's an argument that this is the right thing to do, which is just leave up Essence Scatter. It's, it's not wrong. But having Scarab God in play would be nice. But not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. They did not swing first, so they're fine with discarding. Yeah, that's the second time I did that. I'm just so used to it not mattering. So used to it. Like, ninjutsu just never, ever comes up, really. They discard their own Tetsuko. Alright, so now they have 5 mana. There's not too many ninjutsu cards in the game. They do not appear to have any of them. Okay, so we're going to swing at their commander, right? Is that what we're doing? I think so. Okay, we're not swinging with that one. Yeah, we're going to swing here. Spectral Sailor? Do we just let this happen? Like, countering it doesn't... If they just block, it's like the same thing as countering it, except they don't have to spend mana, and I keep this in hand. So do I steal anything? Do I put this here? Makes it hard to deal with, but once this goes away, I'm... Like, once I pick this up, I lose this. I just don't like doing that. But I have nothing else going on, so I'm just going to do this and pass. I'm not going to hostage taker a 1-2. They have shown to not have any ninjutsu cards. And I'd kind of just prefer to steal the ninjutsu card. Okay. Oh, nope. Don't have it now. So now they're just going to plus and not discard. Surprised they haven't been doing that yet. No. That's a problem. I could steal it, but it would mean this would have to survive. I don't want to do that. Okay, land please. Honestly, I might just pick this up next turn and Gearhulk their one creature. Wash away. I think we're just gonna Gearhulk their one creature. We could just wait and play this instead. It's definitely difficult to deal with. I obviously regret playing the ghost form. Maybe it shouldn't even be in the deck though. Put you to my hand. Hit you for 5 and pass. Scarab God is pretty good. I mean, if I untap with it, and I'm in a pretty decent spot, right? The stealing stuff out of graveyards and win the game on its own. Okay, so they swing first, you know, which means no blocker for the Scarab God. Oh, what's this? Top decked a ninjutsu card. Okay, so I discard 2 cards. I don't think I care too much about that. Could just get rid of my commander and... Yeah, we're going to get rid of our commander. I think we're better off just relying heavily on the Scarab God for like the rest of the game, honestly. Okay, swing at their commander, which they probably just chump block here. They can't hit us with the Shinobi because I can do this whenever I want, right? It's not a sorcery. It's been a while since I've played a Scarab God. It's been quite a while. I love this card. Okay, so pre-combat plus here. They discard Narset's in their deck? Wow, that's a lot of... Okay, is there a Battlecry card that's decent? Yes. Okay, we can do this to bounce their Shinobi. And we're going to do that so it doesn't hit us. Whoop. Cool. Feeling good. Didn't draw land again. Come on. Come on. Do I Thoughtseize them? I can't because I don't have the mana. I'm going to tutor for a land. We're just going to rip the band-aid off here. Probably get a temple. Yep. Play this. Play this. This isn't terrible, actually. This is not bad. It really disrupts... Yeah, we like that. We like that. We have to deal with counter spells again, though, right? If they have any. I don't think we've seen any. No. Pay 2. Target creature can't be blocked. Okay. Pretty solid. Maybe I just wanted a land, actually. Maybe I should have just got rid of this. I don't know. I didn't think our opponent would play this much in the same turn. Oh, they got rid of the Shinobi. Interesting. Okay, so... we will just play this out. Oh, they have a counter spell? Oh, no! Well, that's probably game. Oh, no. You have 2? Oh, come on. There's like 5 ninjutsu cards in the game. Please. Whatever. I think we're dead. I mean, we can... What are we going to do? What can we even do? Oh, well, now I can't ninja... Well, I don't have any ninjutsu cards. Opponent doesn't know that. Still no land. Alright, moving on. That's really depressing. We went, what, 12? What turn was that, actually? Opponent, I don't know if they ever missed a land. We missed 3 lands? 4 land drops? I'm not sure. Something like that. Could have, yeah, definitely could have just put the Brazen Borrower to the bottom. How many lands are we running? I feel like, I mean, the curve is so low, right? Like, I swear, it's the crux of my existence is being mana screwed. I'm greedy with it, sure. The 35? 35 still, and it's still way below average. Below average land representation for 35 lands in your deck. I mean, we have a ton of expensive cards, right? But that's just the nature of the commander. I guess we can drop Scholar. There's not a lot of cards that play well with it, honestly, in the deck. Thinking about it. I still like everything else. Just add a swamp. Alright. I don't want to change too much. It's not terrible. It's not like we're getting destroyed or anything. Just getting mana screwed, and I don't want to get mana screwed. So we will remedy. We will attempt to remedy said situation. Opponent also drew, what, 10 cards or something in that game? Off their commander. We did not. Okay, no, it's not Prismatic Bridge. This is the Thoughtseize discard commander. We don't have a big creature, so I don't think I like this. Well, this is a little bit better. But it's not doing anything. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, we can get rid of Raven? I guess, yeah, alright. Artifact or creature, so they only have 2 choices, and it really probably always is Spectral Sailor. It doesn't really make sense to take Meteor Golem. Lol, right off the top. We'll get rid of Heartless. No, we'll get rid of Meteor Golem. We're probably never going to pull that nonsense off, and it's just... We're just looking for a way to get this arena in play, to come back from, like, 1,000 discard spells. Gutmorn. Sure. I get Liliana. Right? Is that how that works? This card's just so weird. Oh, come on. Come on. At least the black source, please. Please. Oh, no. Okay, moving on. Mulliganing against a deck that is all discard spells means you pretty much lose. So we started with 6 cards instead of 7. We only drew blue sources. We can look at the color distribution, but I don't think that's really been an issue yet. Although we do have a fair amount of double black spells. Oh boy. Let's look at the color distribution. It's almost even, so we can drop 2 islands for 2 swamps, something like that. I'm running every, like, multicolored land. We didn't draw any of these that game. Okay. Nope, not gonna go too crazy on changing stuff. I want to play the green channel land. Yeah. It's just a certainty at this point that for some reason the 7-mana Nicol Bolas is just more is just played instead of the 5-mana one. I don't get it. But sure. Okay, lead with this. Well, guess I'm scrying one, looking for a land. Spell Pierce isn't bad, but I think getting lands is more important. We don't have anything to like super cheat into play though. We could run more ninjutsu cards in the deck, but I'm just interested in going all in on this. Arcane Signet, okay. I'm sorry, what? What is that card? How many lands do you need? 6? I think it's too late to come back now. What is this? If this is electrolyzed, I swear to God. Don't you dare. Brazen Bower. Brazen Bower. Burrower. However I pronounce that. Sure, I guess? Okay, that's different. Wasn't expecting that. I can't drown in the lock that, can I? I can't even kill it. Okay, yep, missed too many lands again. So I guess we scoop. I'm stubborn, so I'm not going to change that. I'm just going to play again. We haven't really been mana screwed all that much yet, so it's kind of a string of bad luck. I mean, I've even added lands since then, so I'm not changing it. I ain't doing it. Nope. They'll have to fight me. You have to take me to court. Okay, this is Stick Fingers again. Jeez. We could keep this and then just hope we draw an early creature. Or just rely on our actual commander to do it. That's not impossible. I think I will keep this. It's just one land... well, it's 2 lands away from actually doing the thing. But I think we have time against this specific commander. So... it's hard for you to not run 40 lands, including it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just stubborn. My philosophy is 1 in 3 cards being a land is good enough, right? And it's sort of what you should expect. Okay, we're gonna probably... yeah, we'll do this. This makes sense. And actually, we're above 1 in 3 cards being a land. We got there this time, but it's a tap land. Not the end of the world, though. We have time, kind of, sort of. Also, we're not exactly making contact with the face, given what's in play right now, so it doesn't really matter. We sort of have double counter spell. Gonti is alright. Is it better than a random card? I don't think so. We're gonna just let that go. No real reason to attack. How does this grow? When another creature enters the battlefield. Okay. Alright, let's see if they just cast their commander. Probably will. No, they don't. Okay. Interesting. So they're not like the... well, I mean, we knew they're not like the silly combo version, right? Because they played a bunch of creatures early. They don't really have an attack. And they also really don't want to block, and they probably have to, right? So this is a pretty good spot to be in. Oh my god, they didn't block. What do you even do? Are you good here? Instant artifact sorcery. I mean, it means creatures can still come into play, but I just kind of want to do this. Kind of want to just put Jin-Gitaxias into play, so let's see what happens. Please Counter something, please. Please don't be an all-creature deck. Don't play Ravenous... If they play Ravenous Chupacabra, dude, I swear to God. Okay. So just a removal spell? That makes sense. Alright, well, it did what I wanted it to, right? It did something, I guess. Not particularly strong. But it's better than other things that could happen. This is an on-cast commander, so I can't stop it, which is really, really annoying. Alright, we'll try again. Can wash away their commander. I mean, it's still a massive creature that I would prefer not to have sit in play. They shock themselves. Oh, it's Kogla? I mean, am I really going to leave up Disdainful Stroke? That's game. I mean, they have a human too, so they can actually just give this indestructible. I don't know. Hypergeometric probability calculator? I have not. Why are they only swinging with this? Respecting some sort of flash creature? But it would have to be big enough to, like... I don't know. I don't respect the, I don't respect the respect. Okay, so they mill until they get 4 creatures. Did they just instantly mill 4? Oh my god. Oh, no they didn't. No they didn't. It only shows those. Okay, so we can wash this away. And then Murderous Rider Kogla? Doesn't seem great. It actually just doesn't do anything, does it? I mean, if we top deck another removal spell... Nope. I could have put something else in play instead of Jin-Gitaxias. Nezahal would have obviously not died. And every time they did something, I draw a card. Probably just better. But Kogla actually having indestructible, I don't even know how many humans they're running, and they just happen to have a human in play, so... And that's just tough beats. Yeah, I'll check this out later. I'll check that link out later. But 1 in 3 is usually where I... I mean, this commander deck, oh. Where's my deck? This commander deck is 1 in 3. But it's regular commander, so you can play a lot of 1 and 2 mana ramp spells, right? It's just a different environment. I'm just not respecting the Minister, I guess. Alright, so we have a card we haven't played yet. We have Rogue Class, Removal, nothing big, but we have mana as well. We'll keep this. Against Kyodai? Kyodai. It is 5 color. Kind of a weird one. Actually, I'd argue not very good at all. I don't, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it's in the game now. Does it matter? I guess this one, for just earlier turns. We don't exactly have a creature for this. Help a lot if you want to know the odds of drawing something. Yeah. Odds of curve 1, 2, 3 in 100. Certainly. That's certainly true. Actually, you know what? Maybe we didn't want to play our commander. I'm just so used to doing it. Maybe we wanted to run this out, actually. We probably did. Yeah, we probably did. We can still ninjutsu it into play. That just doesn't... It's obviously not great. At all. Okay, they play Boseiju. They play that, sure. Nope. Kind of looking for a land, also kind of not. Hand isn't terrible, right? Go away. Yeah, we're just going to run this out. Maybe my opponent stops this. They have a 1-minute card here. I don't know what it is. I'd rather not get hit by lightning bolt, though. And it's not impossible, so I'm just going to do this. I really do not care about their commander. Oh god, that's a lot of options. Don't care about their commander. It's just a, what is this? 4-mana 3/3 flash that sometimes gets bigger. Okay. That's very weird. I feel like it's it probably is the worst 5-color commander in the game currently. What a surprise. Take action. I guess technically I need a land to recast my commander at this point. And that's kind of all I'm doing. Alright, that's not bad though. That's not bad. Yep. Okay. I'm not gonna memory lapse a brainstorm. We can, I don't know. Sanctum of All? Didn't expect that. Okay. We have things to do, I guess so we will do them. I would prefer to just draw a card instead of playing rogue class. There's a chance I even just draw a land as well. No. Well, that would have been good. That certainly would have been good here. Now we don't have it, so we have to deal with shrines from now on. Not the end of the world. Maybe we can get out from under them. There is a life gain shrine, though, which is kind of a problem, right? Alright, let's play this. Swing. Maybe we exile a spicy card. The red shrine. Well, we're glad we're not playing against that. Alright, we can level this up enough to... but they search, so they just instantly get the other red shrine, right? And you just start pinging my creatures. I don't have a way to stop that. They did not get the other shrine. I don't know why you would get this one. I think you have all the mana you need, right? Kind of weird. So you can play as... I don't know. Yeah, this just doesn't... Isn't the blue one better? You just start drawing cards in this spot? Isn't that just better? Like, I have Menace. This doesn't really do anything. I think this literally does nothing, so just swing. Okay, we got the blue Sanctum. Or is that the shrine? No, it's the Sanctum. I don't know what we're doing. Play this and pass. I'll level this up, I guess. I don't see myself as playing these, though. But I think we just lose to Sanctum. We lose our hand, right? No, it wasn't the beginning. Upkeep, okay. So they can play this and give their 6/5 indestructible whenever they feel like it. They swing, which is interesting. So now they don't have double block on a menace creature. Negate's not great here. Heartless Act is not really going to do it either. Alright, well, we'll lead with an attack. We're going to lose our... Yeah, we're going to lose our hand, so whatever we don't play is going away forever. Oh, we found a land. Oh boy. Whoop. We can play this, but this is... Ward is anything, right? It's not just spells, it's abilities. So this would just get countered. I would just be playing it. I could technically play this right now. I don't like doing that. Can we shrine him out? We can't shrine him out. That's not realistic. Alright, I think we're just going to try to race him. We can just try to race him. This forces out their... Oh, it doesn't, because it counters the ability, but... They're probably going to play their commander. And we take... They did not play their commander. I'm confused. Shouldn't they just play it, though? Because it's 1, 2, 3... It's 9 plus 5. It's a 2-turn clock if they do. Okay, well, they certainly could do that. Yeah. Sure. Never getting in with this Gearhulk now. Cycles of land. The Green Shrine. Right? Is that what that is? Yes, I believe so. Wait a minute. It is not the Green Shrine. It is not. I'm a boomer. Okay. So we can pretty much do nothing. We're basically looking for something out of their deck to, like, come out of this. And I don't even know what it could be. I doubt they're running Cleansing Nova. That would be kind of hilarious. Though I guess not impossible. Those aren't great. So we'll play a land because we're going to discard our hand. We can play this to, like, draw more cards per turn. Eureka Moment is just drawing 2. So maybe it's just better. Play this, name Blue. Yeah, Blue doesn't matter too much. And we're just about to lose. We'll probably have like 1 or 2 more turns of this nonsense. We do have the board sort of gummed up, but not really. Not like in a realistic sense. They can make so many 1/1s, and obviously just one of them dying is not a big deal. I really don't understand why they did not get the red shrine first. I think this game would have... Yeah, no, we've already been dead if they did that. This means we lose too much life. Yeah, now we're just dead. Alright. GG's. GG's. That's kind of cool, but I still think our opponent should probably be playing, like, a different 5-color commander, honestly. Like, Golos is probably just better in every way, right? I want to play the Shrine deck. But unless you draw the Sanctum of All, it just doesn't feel like you're doing much. And I don't know. But I'm certainly going to try it at some point. But I'm going to not play this deck anymore. Not super impressed with it. Obviously, there's probably 3 or 4 different ways this is going to be played. This is just how I built it initially. Trying to just cheese out big things. We only did it a couple times. It wound up not being the strongest thing to even pull off. There was just a lot of times my option was to not ninjutsu an expensive thing, and it was something cheaper. Also, we're cheating things into play that come into play kind of just like a turn or 2 later anyways, especially if you're actually running mana rocks. So you're not really cheating mana that much unless it's specifically Ulamog. And when you do Ulamog, you're actually not getting the cast trigger or the exile trigger. It's just like a 10/10. Obviously, it's still really good to have sit and play. Might be very difficult, if not impossible, for them to deal with it. But outside of that one thing, which we did, I think, once or twice, not really all that impressed with it. There's probably a ninjutsu thing that's not like cheesing it out, which is probably just play Kaito as your commander, and then you just play a bunch of actual ninjutsu cards, and your deck is completely different at that point, honestly. You probably don't even have to play Satoru in that deck, because like half your deck has ninjutsu as is, and you're not really playing large things anyways. So I'm not big on this. But again, that's just my iteration of it. I'm sure people are going to try this for a while, and I'm going to move on to plenty of the other commanders, given that the set just came out. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to try. And yeah, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.